back to Sonder Cast, the podcast where we dive deep into everyday thoughts that connect us all in surprising ways. I'm Kayla.
And I'm Adam. Today's question is a big one. Would you rather travel to the past or the future? And trust me, it gets really interesting once we break it down.
Oh, I'm so ready for this one. Honestly, if I could travel through time, I think I'd go back to the past. I've always been obsessed with history, ancient Egypt, the Renaissance, the 60s, all of it.
Really? You'd pick the past? I think I'd rather go to the future. I want to see where technology, society, even humanity goes in 500 years.
Okay, fair. But what if the future isn't what we expect? What if it's a dystopia? If we traveled to the future and found out everything had gone wrong, climate disaster, robot overlords, you name it, wouldn't you want to just hit rewind?
True, but what if it's better than we imagined? No war, clean energy, teleportation, world peace. If I could see that with my own eyes, I'd come back with hope.
Okay. But let me ask you this. If you could go to the past and meet your great-great-grandparents, would you do it?
If I could meet them and not mess anything up? Yeah, totally. But the butterfly effect freaks me out. If I said one wrong thing, my whole family tree could disappear. If I changed one tiny detail, I might not even exist.
Exactly. That's why it's so fascinating. Past is fragile, but also magical. If I could witness the building of the pyramids or see how people actually lived centuries ago, not just in books, I'd be mind-blown. If I had the chance, I'd probably bring a journal and write everything down.
Haha, typical Kayla move. But think about this. If you could see the future, you'd know what decisions to make today. What if you could see which career you end up loving, or if that one investment paid off?
That's tempting. But don't you think knowing too much could ruin the mystery of life? If we knew what was coming, maybe we'd stop taking risks. Or worse, stop appreciating the present.
That's deep, but it depends, right? If I saw something bad coming, I'd want to prevent it. Maybe that's the biggest advantage of future travel, using it to change today.
Wow, that's true. Now I'm rethinking everything.
Let's add a twist. What if you could visit only one time, either past or future, and you can't come back? Which would you pick?
Oof. One-way ticket? Okay. I'd still choose the past. I think I'd find a time that's a little slower, a little simpler. Maybe 1920s Paris or 1970s Africa. If I had to stay, I'd open a little bookshop or cafe and just live.
That actually sounds peaceful. But me? I'm future-bound. I'd choose 3000. Maybe humans are on Mars. Maybe we've figured out immortality. If I could live in that kind of world, I think I'd be too curious to say no.
Okay, final hypothetical. If you could bring one item with you, what would it be?
Easy. A solar-powered tablet loaded with everything. Books, maps, videos, tools. Past or future, that thing would save me.
Genius. I'd bring a camera. Old school. I'd want to capture everything and document it like a time-traveling storyteller.
Of course you would. All right, listeners, it's your turn. Would you travel to the past or the future? And what would you do once you got there?
Let us know on Instagram or in the comments. And hey, if you could share this episode with your future self, would you?
Or your past self. Either way, thanks for hanging out with us.